Hi guys, it's the one and only math's favorite teacher. So on this session, I will be basically dealing with Euclidean geometry grade 8. So here they're saying in triangle ABC, calculate with reasons the size of angle X and hence the size of the interior angles. So when they speak about the size of the interior angles, they basically want us to actually calculate the size of each and every angle, right? And then number two, they want us to calculate the length. The length of what? The length of AC. So one thing that we are going to do with regards to solving this question, we're going to solve it in this manner. So we're going to say angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degrees. Remember, since they want us to calculate the size of angle X and hence the size of the interior angles, we're going to calculate that using this strategy of saying A plus B plus C is equals to 180 degrees. Simply because these are what sum of angles of a triangle. So we'll just write sum of angles in a triangle. We know that sum of angles in a triangle gives us 180 degrees. And then after that, it's a matter of now you are substituting. So as you can see, angle A is given as 5x plus 20. So it simply means to say you're going to say 5x plus 20 degrees plus, then the size of angle B, we are getting what? X plus 10. So you'll just say x plus 10 degrees plus, then the size of angle C, that is what? 2x minus 10. So we'll say 2x minus 10 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. And then the next step that we're going to do is simply destroying the bracket by multiplying throughout. So here we are having 5x plus 20 plus x plus 10 plus 2x, and then positive times negative is going to be negative 10 degrees. It's equals to 180 degrees. So the next step, it's a matter of us pairing like terms. So like terms, these are terms which look alike or the terms which carry the same variable. So I'm just gonna pair the terms that carry the same variable together, right? And then with that being said, this is gonna be 5x. I'm gonna write it with a blue color. Plus, we are pairing it with x. Plus, we are pairing it with 2x. And then we also pair like terms that involves the numbers right there, which is plus 20 degrees, and then what? Plus 10, and then minus 10. Then that will be equals to what? That will be equals to 180 degrees. Let me just double check if I didn't do a mistake. So it's 5x plus x plus 2x, yes. Then plus 20 plus 10 minus 10 is equals to 180. And then here you know that here there's a coefficient in maths that is of 1. Coefficient is a number before a variable. So 5x plus 1x is going to be 6x plus 2x is going to be 8x. So here we're going to be having 8x. So we'll just write x 8x. And then one thing that we're going to do here, we're going to have plus 20 degrees because the two, they're going to cancel out these ones. So positive 10 and negative 10, they're canceling out. And then what are we having? We're going to have equals to 180 degrees. And then from here, we're going to have 8x, it's equals to, so you start by writing 180 degrees, then you take positive 20, you transpose it to the other side, changes the sign to become negative 20. Do you see? And then we're going to have 8x is equals to, now it means to say when we just arrive here, it's a matter of us doing what? Subtracting, right? So we're going to say 180 minus 20, that's going to be 160 degrees. And then you divide both sides by 8 because math says what you do on the left hand side, you also do it on the right hand side. Then 8 cancels 8. Therefore, the value of x is equals to, the value of x is equals to what? It's equals to 160 divided by 8, of which 160 divided by 8, we know that we're going to get 20 degrees. So 160 divided by 8 is 20 degrees. So that's how basically you solve the value of x. And then we are not yet done. Simply because after we are now done calculating the value of x, let me double check. It's 160 divided by what? By 8. Yes, we are getting 20. Then after this, yes, we have calculated the size of angle x, but they are actually telling us to say, hence, determine what the interior angles. So I'm just going to try to explain it right here. So for us to determine the interior angles, when you look at size A or angle A, the one that we're given right here, that is 5x plus 20, right? So you're just going to write 5x plus 20 degrees. And then you're just going to say angle A, it's equals to, and then the next step, it's a matter of you now substituting the value of x. So it's going to be 5. And then since my x, I got what? 20 degrees, just going to substitute it as 20 degrees, right? And then after that, you're going to say plus 20 degrees. Then you're going to say angle A, it's equals to what? 5 times 20. Let's multiply. 5 times 20, you're getting 100. So that will be 100 plus 20 degrees. Therefore, the size of angle A, we're getting 100 plus 20, that should be 120 degrees. So it means to say, since now we are solving the size of angle A, we are getting 120 degrees. So that is the angle that you must get with regards to you saying angle A, it's 120, right? And then now we move into calculating the size of angle B. So to start with, we know that our angle B is equals to, let's now check the angles that are given with regards to angle B. So angle B is this angle right here. That gives us x plus 10. So we are getting x plus 10. We're going to say x plus 10 degrees. And then, therefore, angle B is equals to, now since we're having x, we're going to check the value of x. X, we are having 20 degrees. So that should be 20 degrees plus 10 degrees. So remember, our x is 20. So it means to say in a place of x, you put 20. Then therefore, the size of angle B, it's equals to 20 plus 10. That should give you 30 degrees, right? And then now since you want to calculate the size of angle C, as you can check from the diagram, C is this angle that is giving us 2x minus 10. So we are having 2x minus 10, 2x minus 10 degrees. And then you're going to say angle C, it's equals to, that will be 2. And then open bracket. Now let's check the value of x. Since x we got 20, it means to say we're going to say open bracket into 20 degrees minus 10. 20 degrees minus 10, just like that. Then you're going to say angle C, it's equals to, then you say 2 times 20, that should give you 40 minus 10. Therefore, the size of angle C is equals to 40 minus 10, that should give you 30 degrees. So it basically means to say, as you check this, when you are calculating the value of x, you must get 20, of which we got 20. The value of A, you must get 120, of which we got 120 somewhere, which is right here. And then the size of angle B, we got 30, we are correct. And then the size of angle C, we're getting 30. So it means to say we are done calculating number 1, because they actually wanted us to calculate the size of angle X, of which we got it being 20 degrees. And then they actually say, hence, calculate the size of the interior angles. So we know that the size of the interior angles is going to be those angles that we just calculated right there. And then one thing that we need to understand, they're saying calculate the length of AC. So for you to be calculating the length of AC, there's a specific reason why they actually say enhance, find those angles. So let me show you what you need to do. Remember that our triangle is like this, right? So that is our triangle right there. And then we're actually having this being angle A, that is angle B right there, as well as angle C. So this basically means to say this triangle as well as this one is one and the same thing. The reason why I'm drawing the second triangle is that now I need to substitute all the angles that we got. So when you go back, angle A, we got 120 degrees. So it means to say here, we are basically from the onset having 120 degrees, right? So that is 120 degrees. And then with regards to the angles that are associated for B, we know that B is going to be 30 degrees based on what we got here. And then C is going to be 30 degrees based on what we got here. So I'm just writing it like this. so that you can be able to see that the opposite sides are equal based on whatever we have calculated, right? And then when you go to number B, that's saying calculate the length of AC. So for you to calculate the length of AC, you'll just tell them to say but okay, from this, you'll say but angle B, it's equals to angle C. Angle B is equals to angle C, right? So since angle B is equals to angle C, and I actually forgot to write an information right here. So from the onset here, the length of AB, they give us 20 centimeters. Please write it. They gave us AC to say AC is equals to 20 centimeters. I actually forgot to write it. I'm just realizing now as I'm solving it. Please make sure that you don't do that mistake. And then since they want us to calculate the length of AC, which is this side right here, it means to say what do you need to do? You're just going to say but angle B is equals to angle C. Why am I saying angle B is equals to angle C? Remember, as we are dealing with Euclidean geometry, each and every statement should be accompanied by the reason. So this is opposite sides equals opposite angles to get to see that. And then after writing that, it means to say this is one and the same thing with you saying angle B, it's equals to angle C, it's equals to 30 degrees. This basically means to say each and every angle right there is 30 degrees with associated with angle B and angle C. And then coming back to what I was just trying to tell you here, to say AB is equals to 20 centimeters that they gave us. It means to say also here, you must write 20 centimeters, because that is the information that I forgot to put that they actually gave us from the diagram. And then since this question, it wants us to calculate the length of AC, you can see that opposite sides are equal, right? Opposite sides equals opposite angles. And then what you can basically say here, you can conclude and say, therefore, AB, it's equals to AC, it's equals to 20 centimeters. And then since they want AC, you'll say, therefore, the length of AC is given as 20 centimeters. So that's how basically you can try to solve that, right? So another reason with regards to this statement right here, because it's not all of us who are going to write this statement, someone can try to conclude and write the reason that says sides opposite equal angles. You can just write sides opposite equal angles. So it's also correct. And then the main aspect of us solving this question is to be able to get the length of AC, which is going to be 20 centimeters. It's a one and only favorite maths teacher. Stay tuned for more.